Hi, hello. My name is Esteban Arteaga Chong, and well, this is my evidence for the class. Let me share my screen. Here. Wait me a second. Ready? Okay. So, first of all, I have to say, I apologize for my English quality. I will read a short script that I wrote myself to cover in an excellent way the points to be discussed and to be able to correctly transmit everything I want to convey. So thank you very much. First, I would like to present the context of my problem. Um, the the topic I chose was soccer, in which I detect the problem that there is a large gap in value between the clubs and the players registered with FIFA, which is worrying because, well, they are players on the club where they play, such as Liverpool players. They perform the same as a team in the African League. However, because they belong to Liverpool, or a renowned team, they have a very high value. But when we talk about the player who plays for an unknown team but has similar or equal statistics, he has a much very extremely lower value, which does not seem fair to me at all. Well, now let's move on to the explanation of the database. Well, first I have to say that, the context of the database. Um, I took this database from Kaggle. The database is called FIFA 21 Complete Database, in which the names of all the players and teams registered with FIFA in the year 2021. Well, in this database, um, there are a lot of variables. Yes, there are a lot of variables, but those that are closest to my objective and go more towards to the direction of the proposal I want to make are the following. Short name, it is the short name of the player to be analyzed. The club name is the name of the club to be analyzed. Shooting is the shooting average that each player to be analyzed. Passing is the passing average that each player to be analyzed has. And in these variables, a filter was placed on them uh, in which it will show us the top 15 of the best and the top 15 of the worst, so that it could give us the value of the player and their individual statistics to be able to make comparisons between the players and their value in euros. Yes, the variable value is in euros. It should be noted as well as the information in the aforementioned database. I also obtain information of this topic in discussion forums on the subject. I obtain information from the FIFA website, and I obtain information from experts who analyze the topic of inequalities and inflation of value in players. I looked for, well, before start explaining the graphs, I have to say that I look for possible solutions, and the truth is that it was quite complicated. This is because most of the values are inflated, but it also depends a lot of the statistics and abilities of the player. But there is injustice. So after analyzing and reading enough about this topic, found in several places that the solution would be no, that the solution would be to enter from the beginning the entire process of the player market and this an interest of the clubs and database the prices of the players on their statistics and skills, and not on their history of their clubs to which they belong or belong. For example, a player from club X has 44 goals and 20 assists and has a value of 5 euros, while Liverpool player with the same statistics is worth 2,000 million of euros. So it is proposed to be guided by the statistics and not by the name of their clubs. But anyway, let's move on the analysis of the database and the corresponding graphs. It should be noted that in the graphs, I filtered the best 15 and the worst 15 in terms of market value, since the database brought hundreds of thousands of players, but with this filter, the objective can be perfectly shown. So in the first graph here, we have, well, first, this is a graph showing the 10 most value, the most 10 valuable clubs in the world to see what their value was and to see if there is any kind of relationship in the following graphs with the value of the players. So we can see that the most valuable club is Liverpool, then it is Real Madrid, Manchester City, FC Barcelona, well, FC Barcelona, and well, a lot of them, no? And then for the second graph, oh, wait me a second, please. Yeah, in the second graph, here we have the 10 least valuable clubs in the world. That well, we can see that the worst club in the world is Finn Harps, then Waterford FC, Shelbourne FC, Cork City, and well, the following clubs. So, well, we can see for the second graph, we can see are almost how can I say this? Well, for the second graph, we can see which are the 15 most valuable players um, in the previous, well, yes, players in the world, in which we can see that there's a relationship. In the previous graphs, we said that, well, we saw which were the most valuable and prestigious clubs, and coincidentally, the 15 most valuable players play in those clubs. Like, for example, here we have Joshua Kimmich, that plays in Bayern de Munich. For example, Kylian Mbappe, who plays in Paris Saint-Germain, and well, here in the graph one we have Paris Saint-Germain. So that is an example that shows that the value of a player depends on the club in which he plays. So I think this is too bad. And then in the fourth graph we have the 15 less no the 15 worst no the 15 least players. Well, as we can see, we have, like, for example, A point a Wilmera, and well, we can see that he has a value in euros of 0. Like, well, well if I would be a soccer team and I want to buy him, it is going to be free for me. So this is well, the example that well, they play in teams that, well, we don't know which teams they play. There are teams like poor teams or something like that. But this is like the players with the team. Now we can see the individual statistics for the players. We can see, for example, in the fifth graph, that is this one. Um, you can see the passing average of the 15 worst, no, of the 15 best players, where you can see that, yes, clearly the data is slightly more than of the 15 worst. Well, you can see, for example, here we have Lionel Messi with 91 passing average, and well, and the best in this one is Sayuba, that he has 69 passing average. We can see that, for example, here we have the worst is, let me see, the worst is Virgil van Dijk, that he has 71, and the best in this one is Tsayuba, that has 69. Well, for example, this player, as we can see in the past graphs, this player has 0 of value, and Virgil van Dijk has 75 millions. Like, well, the difference is not too big. It is like for 2. So I think this is a very big injustice. Then, for example, with this graph, we can see the shooting average. For example, the best one is Leo Messi with 92, but we can see, for example, Virgil van Dijk has 60. And for example, here the best is a Sayuba. He has 78. He's better in this topic than Virgil van Dijk. But well, Virgil van Dijk plays in Liverpool, so he has a very big value. And well, this guy, no one knows where does he play, so he doesn't have any value. So that's a very bad injustice. So well, this is the problem here. I think the best scenario is one in which players are valued monetarily by their individual statistics, such as their psych, passing average, shooting average, goals scored, assists provided, among other things. So everything would be favored, and there would be not this huge value gap. So like the one we know now, which really is not good. It is really bad. I think I am improving multiple indicators, such as those I mentioned above. So, well, this is my evidence. I hope it covered all the points that were asked. Again, I apologize for my English language. For my English language skills, I am working on it and I promise to improve it. Thank you very much.